Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. Today we are going to be doing an Apple podcast and a reel and footage. So that's what I will be doing today. Um, Today it went well, and I'm going to continue on with the duration of the course when I finally see the vision like the White House do, because my stocks are down after I sat up there. I'm getting the picture that Mr. Trump could be running the stocks, the NASDAQ. I'm getting the picture after I posted what I posted, you know, but I feel like it's just, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to talk about doing homework when he's not responding. So once he responds, then I'll take appropriate action and catch myself up. Until then, I'm not doing nothing that I'm not getting graded or paid for. So, other than that, we are going to do the Apple podcast, the reels, and the footage. My stocks are low. Just imagine if I had 70%, you know, like I decided next month I'm gonna do that 80% save, 20% spend rule and sit up there and manage. I'm going to my destination. The White House thinks this is lowered expectations. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember In Living Color? Lowered expectations. I just wanted, wait, I don't want to start off It's not about me. Mr. Palmieri was a wonderful guest to have. He has powerful words and short sentences, like a person that's in a roundabout fight. Short, powerful, and to the point. I enjoy a challenge. And this guy was tremendously well prepared. Here is his bio. Okay. Oh God. Yeah, don't get mad at. Oh, they did that on purpose. They did that one on purpose. I was playing it on the piano, y'all. I have a backup plan. I was playing it with the piano because I was, oh, let me show y'all what I'm saying. What song did I play? Uh, I played Wild Beach by Doja Cat. I played um um Freak, which I don't see it. I don't listen to the lyrics. I just like the beat, you know. And I'm 41 years old when there's 13-year-olds that are listening to this crap, but I don't see it as crap because I'm 41 years old. So, but what else did I play? Hold on. Let me let y'all hear it. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm holding up the line. I made that up today. I did that today. So whoever knows the song to that actual thing, whoever knows the song knows the beat. I did that today. Just the hook. I don't know the whole thing, but just the hook. Come on. Ah, I'm trying to get. Here we go. It's right there. Y'all got too much stuff going on, StreamYard. I've been rocking with y'all since 2021, March 15th, if not even sooner. I've been paying for Red Wave and Donald Trump since 20 March 15th, and probably beyond that. I actually lost one of my accounts and I got the bill. And at first I was like, I didn't do this till I saw Win Red. And I said, what is this? What is this Win Red that you speak of? And bam, $10 here, $20 there. A little shimmy dance and a hula hoop and two Twix bars and a whatchamacallit. It was right there. Okay. Choose a file. I got too much files. One little monkey jumping on the bed. One fell off and broke his head. The mother called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. Where is it at? Here it is. Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. So the same, does that mean if we were to look at this thesis in a theoretical way, if one little monkey was jumping on the bed, does that mean that the monkey is jumping on the bed? The same monkey is jumping on the bed, and now he got his brother and sister doing it? Or is this a whole totally different scene with two monkeys on a bed? Every scene is different. Or do he coerce the other monkeys in joining his crippled ass? That because the doctor said not to jump on the bed, and the mother is dysfunctional. Just a bunch of dysfunctionality, because I'm like, how the hell, what is going on? That was an inside joke. Let's talk politics. What's going on in Israel? They came to a peace deal. Hold up. I seen it yesterday. Hey man, my whole 200. I don't even want to know how much the next one up is, but I need to clear out some stuff. I mean, what if the monkeys lived in a ghetto or they were not primitive at all? People in the ghetto aren't primitive. That was a second sentence in conjunction. So don't even twist my words. They say, oh, she said people from the ghetto are primitive. No, 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 no. Any man that is black that knows how chemistry works, basic chemistry, to know cocaine and flour and other their whatever ingredients, they had to look up that or word of mouth is not dumb. Now, they're a little desensitized where they don't care. They have a defect where they don't care about who they kill in the process, but they're not dumb. Let me make sure this is saved before I change something. Back to episodes 78, 76, 77. That makes this 77. I hate messing up on episodes. I have to go all the way down in order to go back up. Whoa. So if that's 77, this would be 78. You were right, computer. You beat me. Brock is very accurate too, y'all. But I do see that he's not biased. Not at all. He just tells the truth. And that's why I get along with an AI assistant. Maybe like it's been times I've been on here and I've looked up like 10 things and read like tons of research. And it's like, or partial research, let me be accurate of something because I don't have the whole time to read everything. And it be on something totally different, but scroll to exactly what I need to do in my file, like it knows. If it wasn't for Grok, I would not have been able to complete, I mean, do Google SEO, simple curiosity of questions, I would have got there. But I've cut my time down tremendously with Grok to find out that nanobots can mutate. I don't know if they can mutate, but I'll look at because I'm about to write him and get and take y'all off of here. I was looking up music. self-replicate. Basically, what did I learn? That if you if you self-replicate, you will self-replicate as a baby. You would just start over. But then there could be a machine that speeds up time after you replicate. You can jump because it's 3, 6, and 9 months, right? What if there was a tool out there? I want to be the first one, since the White House don't want to own up to top secret shit. I want to be the first person. I'm not going to be the first person to self-replicate because they did it with Dolly the sheep, but I want to be the first person that builds a machine to speed up your DNA. All you have to do is have some type of technology where it speeds up your DNA. They just sit you in a room as a baby, and then they'll alter your DNA and you'll just stretch, you'll morph. Now, let me tell you how I know that's out there. Because they got a robot that can turn into a solid and then a liquid again. That takes a lot of practice. There's all types of weird experiments out here. And I'm very interested in them. I am very interested in them. Hold on, y'all. I have to get into my messages and write Kevin Palmieri. So if we had, let's say we had nanobots in us and stuff, nanobots, that would mean that your brain would swell up if we didn't have the proper. And before I talk about that, if I don't ever come back to that, that's okay. But CPUs versus GPUs. Do you know what a CPU is? This is what I be teaching myself. Like, I cannot help it. I'm not trying to make nobody jealous, and I'm not trying to make nobody envy me. I'm just saying I want to learn because it's so many things out here. I want to learn the universe. I want to learn about all of the universe and how complex yet dying, because as we die, the universe dies. How such a complex place in space-time create the multiverse and then the omniverse. So, yeah. Here is your link for the show. You are now on Apple Podcasts, and you will be on given a reel and the footage raw. No, stop being lazy. Just say raw footage instead of footage raw. Raw footage. Take care. Goodbye. Here Hauser, Kimmy, 752. I'm going to start telling them about my Microsoft account. That way I can keep nothing, I can keep track of, because it's like, this is one big conglomerate of emails coming from places like Trump's team. And I can prove it. I can prove it in a second after I delete everything I need to delete. I got stuff coming from Zillow, University of Maryland, paid people, places I signed up that's junk mail. I had created a Microsoft email and it will connected it to my Yahoo account, and now it's the Kimberly Cloud Show 2025. I don't know if it's at Microsoft.com, Outlook probably, but I just want to keep a record. Be safe. Here you go. There is the footage. Junk mail. Everything. Okay, it's fairly organized. And that's all I want to show. I already sent that off and now it's we transfer. Oh, okay. I got them up on Calendly. Great, 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 great. I can get his email from here and not my email address. Okay. Oh, he's probably wondering why he don't see his name up there. Now I can publish. Usually I say give it 3 hours. Okay. Today is Friday, 10, 10, 6, 3. Wow. I knew today was Friday. That sounds like a mental health issue, but I knew internally my biological clock knew. But I was just like, wow, really? That's the first thing they ask you. Do you know where you are? I'm in a magical world filled with raindrops and butterflies. Okay, so Sunday, let's get busy. So Sunday, I do the invitation with Christopher Dundee. But just in case, let me write him to see if he has hold on, y'all. That I made a good decision. That way, when I email the clients, um, and you think I'm not playing. Oh, I gotta show y'all this. Hold up. Oh no, I gotta show y'all right now before they somebody is telling me some stuff. Trump accused China of being very hostile, pointing to curbs it took this week on experts of rare earth minerals. They love them rare earth minerals. It's like two men, one white, one Asian, and they're going up a hill together. They're racing. It's like a race. And they're going up a technological engineering, biological, chemistry, biological, everything you can think of that's in the science, technology, Scientology, everything is connected. Alchemy, they're battling. They might as well have wands and be zapping at each other, sort of like Harry Potter or something. Uh, China also slapped a Newport fee on U.S. ships and launched the antitrust against trust investigation into U.S. I was looking that up earlier. Let's look it up on Yahoo. I was looking up how much it costs because, and I couldn't afford it. Let's see what it's about. Hold on, advance view analysis. Okay, it says it right here. 4% stock decline. The stock market has reacted negatively to the investigation in U.S.-China trade tensions, resulting in a 4%, which means that between what China and the United States did, because nobody has that pull except the presidents, whatever the tariffs and whatever is brewing, you can manipulate, like I said before, the stocks. So that goes in conjunction with what I was saying earlier. All my stocks is down. I lost $30 that quick. It was up and then it's down. And it's okay because I know you lose, but when it becomes a problem, because I look to see, whether they say it's a strong bond, whether they say hold, whether they say buy, I look for all those keywords. And that's all I'm saying. Beijing has also halted purchase of soybeans. Oh God. Scrambling business plans for U.S. problems of U.S. soybeans, scrambling business plans for U.S. farmers. U.S. stocks slid on Friday after Trump threatened U.S. stocks. You heard what I said? Slid on Friday. Friday. Today is Friday. It happened today. This was coming out today after Trump threatened the tariff increase. I told you it went down. Everybody's hurting. Everybody from Oracle is hurting because of something about the cloud. Trump said something about the cloud or something. U.S. tariffs on China nearly 145%. In some cases are on hold until November 10th. While the two countries made progress on a larger trade deal. Good. That's a good thing. A larger trade deal. China tariffs on the U.S. goods ballooned to 125% before the pause. It's an invisible battle going on. War, tariff, stock battle. If tariffs go up or down, it affects the stocks. Here's what else to know about Trump tariffs. Early next month, the U.S. Supreme Court is set to hear a challenge to Trump's most sweeping tariffs, the reciprocal. Look at this shit, yo. If China charge us 67%, we gonna go up 145%. Wow, that's like almost 70% above the rate. That is so funny, man. I'm out of it. Hey, I know I'm in elementary school about this. Just set to hear the challenge to Trump most sweeping tariffs, the reciprocal, country by country duties that you can see on in the graph above. A ruling against the tariffs, which will be the lower court decisions, could this is funny, have significant ramifications for Trump tariff strategy and the revenue the U.S. has collected so far from the duties. New duties in kitchen cabinets and vanities took effect October 1st. Tariff Tariffs on timber and certain wood products like furniture will take effect October the 14th. A U.S. pause on tariff on goods from Mexico is also set to end early next month. See the Dow, the GJI. I tried to get some stocks with Department of Justice, if that's the same one we speak of, but I couldn't afford it. NASDAQ composite. Let's take a look at this. It started plummeting at exactly what time? 10:55. It went down, down, down like a little slope. Let's look at, how do you look? 5-day mark. It just started going down. The graph shows the consistency, and it plummeted. It was on a steady course, went down a little bit. But this is plummetation, more than a plumber butt crack with a butt crack showing. It plummeted. That's 6 months. It was doing good. It was scaling up, and now it plummeted. And you know you ain't gonna buy no gold. Nobody buys gold except for the rich. Let's see. Let me debunk what I'm saying. Gold in this, which is the code is GC equal F, is 4,000 to get into it, and it's up. The VIX is up still. These could be high risk. This is definitely high risk right here. The gold is definitely high risk. Let's see, year to date, it's been going up. Nobody can afford 4,000. That's a car, uh, rent, groceries, family meetings, or whatever families do. You know, that's a lot of money. Do you have $44,031? I don't think so. I know I don't. I find penny stocks, and I suggest y'all do the same. If you can go and spend a penny on a candy bar, some smoothies, a drink, some food that you don't really need. You know you need to lose weight, or maybe you don't need to lose weight, but you're unhealthy internally. You know, all that money being spent, could go on stocks. How did that happen? Perfect. Imagine though having nanobots in you that that you can control through Wi-Fi. They're still beginning with lab rats, but they said that the lab rats, their brain right now can't handle the nanobots. But if they're what they're doing, I said, how tiny do the nanobots need to be to break the blood-brain barrier? And if it does break the blood-brain barrier and can go detect it through your immune system, if it can break the blood-brain barrier and be undetected through the immune system, we can create something with the material of a brain just like a machine, technological type machine. And we can put it within our immune system. And in our DNA, it'll go straight to the DNA cells or the genetic code, or it can go to the blood-brain barrier through the blood-brain barrier and simulate things that and end up in certain portions, parts. Nanobots can cure cancer. You know, you can get cancer nanobots. You can get that cures brain cancer. But the same material is the brain. Send these nanobots that can morph with the same chemicals used for whatever problem exists. Cancer, whatever, whichever, it goes to work. Hello, thank for everything, Kevin. Okay, wait for this. Now we wait. Let's continue to look at the stocks. Oh, it's open at 3,990. So I see the bid, the ask price. I think the bid is what the buyer or the seller, the bid is what the seller is bidding for. It's open at this price. And the asking price is what the seller, the buyer. I forgot, I got it mixed up. Let's look at some top gainers for $87. Where is everything? It went down. Oh, they closed already? It's 5 o'clock over there? 345. It's in the future. Wow. Time traveler. Virtually. Virtually, we time travel, y'all. One day we're going to be able to just morph into your, you know, if you want, morph in a group of you guys just standing there virtually watching me. I don't think my poor little heart can handle a group as many people. I think it will fill up my whole house as many people and probably beyond that. They probably be like, I want to see the Kimberly Cloud show. Me too. Okay, let's check out some more. Let's check out some negatives, man. Oh, they draining Facebook. Ooh, this is going for 532. $5. Remember when you had $5 for a gallon, or maybe it used to be like $5 for like 2 gallons of gas that, you know, and your gas tank probably Typical Honda gas tank probably take like 12 gallons. So that'll get you to like uh less than one fourth of a tank, like above the E. Above the E. Some gas cars, it used to be like a little before the half a tank, but $5 used to get you, and now $5 get you nowhere. They laugh. These gas station people, they would laugh if I said, "Can I get $5 on gas?" They would laugh. I would be like, "Can I get $5.32 on gas?" That's overkill. Tesla is being strangled, and Facebook. He's been going down, 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 down. Let's look at 5 days. Everybody has been struggling. 1 month. He went down lower. He was at a plateau where it was up and down, up and down. But now it's going down, and it's going down by 6.24%. And he doing the after hours thingy. He just lost $7 almost. Did I follow that? Oh no, I'm not. The only reason I'm following is to keep track. I can't afford that. Meta. Wow. Let's look up 5 days. I know Facebook like, God damn, this don't affect me, but it's making me look bad. Everybody's being affected. He just lost $5 and almost 15 cents, 17 cents. Oh, I'm right. It says the biggest day right there. Top gainers. It went down to by 290. They lost almost $2.74 because I know how to read that red ticker. That's actually the money symbol. Up by $4.70. You can kind of say that. I hope I'm right. Because when I said it's $33.99, take away $2.98, it's 31.01. Chia. Okay, where am I at? Okay, is it done? Okay, good. So now I gotta send through WeTransfer. I got one more video to send. Hold up. I This is an MB4. I never heard of 911 megabytes. That is so peculiar to me. Okay. No, we transfer. Hold on, y'all. I need to find this 27. Come on. That's one. I enjoy doing my job, especially when it's done right. Where is it at? Oh, what a world, what a world, what a world. Okay, I sent it to Kevin. That is going right here. While that's going, how many minutes have I been online? 57. Okay. It's nice outside. IBM. What other way for the IBM to sit up there? Because I call it the Men in Black. I call it the Men in Black. I know that sounds crazy, but I call IBM the Men in Black. You know, it's just switch around. Which other way would they come out? You know, let's look up Men in Black. Do Men in Black have even a code? They're off script. It's not like they have a stock code. I'm about to invest in the Men in Black. They get their funding, possibly, allegedly, from resources from the government. There's a portion of funding that goes towards government secret stuff. And now AI is here. Better quantum computing. Do you know that quantum computing gets very hot? And CPU and GPU is the next best thing. TPU is coming out like way in advance, but what a CPU is versus a GPU, which is way more advanced, but it overheats, is um, it's a brain, but it has a parallel. It's parallel quantum computing. It instead of hundreds, it reached thousands of whatever it is it do, fires off, thousands of things. But it gets hot. So that's why I asked Grok. I was like, well, Grok, do you have a fever? Do you get hot? He's like, they have some newer advancements coming out where they sit up there and give like some type of fluid to it to keep it nice and cool, but not too cool probably. I wouldn't think that it would be cool. And like super cold, but also everything quantum computer and everything will be in heaven. And I say that to say, because I know what happens and what's going to happen in the universe. People are going to die, but go transfer over to a parallel dimension. And the rich people will find a way to that dimension when the universe dies. They says it heats up, and if we got quantum computing already from Grok and everywhere else telling me how the world would end, we would die first. The humans would die first before the universe came to an end. You know, the universe would die first, and then it would grow cold, and all of the energy from all of the planets and sectors, billions of years, trillions of years, would just die off, and no one, everything would cease to exist. But we're moving to Mars. That's the baby step. So the extended step is to find a way to a parallel universe, or uh, create a universe through their own projectic, exotic elements before the universe. It's like a test. It's a fight to find out how to get to that next universe so you can live on. Because a trillion years may seem like a trillion years from now, but it goes by fast, especially when you don't know who you are after expiring. You have to play catch up. Now, I have something to say after it's sent. Good. I'm thinking, y'all. Sorry. Oh, man. So the universe, you know, that's why, that's why we need quantum computing to find those exotic items so we can create our own Big Bang and tap into time and space where planets just pop out of nowhere, black holes, white holes. Um, that's not what I wanted to say though. But this, I'll just move on from that thing. The stock, is being not manipulated, but it's being it goes up and down based on tariffs, and the government controls that. And to my aliens and to people like Chuck Schumer, he said, Chuck Schumer was like, what did he say? He's like, keep your hands off my fucking money. He said it just like that. He cursed, but he knew it would get bleeped out. But to hear him say the F bomb was hilarious. And because you at least he's being honest. They're starting to have some type of transparency where they're being honest with the people. They're copying me. Being yourself, and that gets mad kudos. But Chuck Schumer, please open back up the government because it's killing me to not have the Veterans Education Department to talk to. They're closed. And I think they're fired. The longer it is, the longer it's going to take. They're the backbone of every soldier, and they help coerce every soldier and help with their educational benefits. That's all I'm saying. I'm speaking to you as if I was on the freedom app. Now I'm on the money train, the freedom money train. That is a great idea. I'm challenging you, and I will look out for your response, even if it takes another week or two. But please open back up the government. I urge you, just like you did a CR. I urge you to open back up the government for soldiers like me. Some people aren't going to get paid. This is suffering. And I care about those people that aren't going to get paid. It shouldn't be like he get paid when she don't get paid. That's my true, honest opinion. I wrote all of y'all. Every senator that, no, governor. Sorry, I took it a step further. I wrote Gavin Newsom. I wrote Michigan. I got a long list of emails and I went to work. And I told y'all the truth. And y'all tried to take it away by trying to do what I said that I was going to do, such as a senator or a governor. I don't know which one it was, speaking back to a lady that had concerns regarding some issues. He responded to her, sort of like what I want to do, but it was over the phone, and he was being very respectful, but he had to feel what she was saying, internalize. Do y'all learn how not to internalize? But I don't know, because it's so numb. But now Chucky don't want to play that crap. He's saying, hands off my effing money. I hope that y'all mean good for us. I can't get into this battle. Like, I want to double dutch and multitask and be on the computer and the phone at the same time. I want to do so much, but I can't double dip because I'm only a veteran slapped with mental health issues. Aren't all veterans, once they get out, they're never the same? They're never the same. They're never the same. I remember the day I got my shots. I was happy. I was happy the whole process until I reached AIT. I was so happy. I had a white woman drill sergeant. She treated me with respect. I had uh, a black, 3 black drill sergeants and a white drill sergeant male and a black drill sergeant woman. I don't remember their names. It was diverse and I liked that. But as soon as I reached AIT, it just went downhill. And that's why I got my honorable, because I know I did not do nothing wrong. Now, had it been 2025 and I tried to get it, Trump would be like, what else do we have here? I don't want to proceed with this. I'll just say it in the nicest words. He would be like, I don't want to proceed with this. He'd probably be like sending me a letter back talking about FAFO as a threat. And then I'd be like, okay, we know that's what he's about. We know that's his thing. Fuck around and find out. I'm only telling the truth. and that's what he's about. I have no ill will towards nobody, but I'm not going to refrain from telling the truth because it eats me alive. And so, with that being said, Chuck Schumer, can you please open up the government? AOC, I'm starting to see that you're being more transparent too, you know, and that's in diverse. I have more odds of getting in the White House if a Democrat get into office than to have another Republican in office, which it can go 50-50 because the more pressure they put on the Democrats, the more power they get. So either the Democrats is going to continue to listen to me, I say be more transparent and open to the people about what's going on, and sit up there and keep doing what y'all doing. Because as long as I'm seeing some sort of progress, I'm happy. I'm not in this to go both sides saying I'm with this side or that side. You know, this is a dangerous scope, very complex, dangerous. If I choose one side over the other, that can hinder me. And I'm not saying I choose Republicans because I've been raped by the Republicans. He took my hard earned money and probably didn't care because it was government. And but I'm not gonna sit up there and bash him and be like, Letitia James, we're gonna make his life a living hell. You know, that's not my forte. I don't go out seeking stuff. You know, you poke the bear. We all know. I'm gonna show you this video. I'm gonna get off of YouTube, and because it means a lot to me. Some of y'all already know this video where Squidward was talking shit off the top about the bear. He didn't believe in a superstition about if you wear your stuff that the bear won't touch you. And he like, nah, I don't care. And then the bear just came out of nowhere and attacked him. So this is a slippery slope that I'm crossing. But I think I'm safe right now. I'm just being honest. If I go to jail for being honest, then that's something Donald Trump has to live with. And I'm pretty sure he don't care.
Never waste my time.